Well, hey, bitch. It's Jamithatsme here. Welcome back to my channel, honey, and welcome back to yet a review on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. What is this? Season 3, episode 1. Girl, it didn't drop. And I know a lot of people may not get into it. I'm hoping the season continues to keep my attention, hold on to my attention because, girl, I feel like this first episode was pretty good to me, okay? But y'all got to let me know y'all thoughts. We about to dive right into it. So Meredith and Jen are in a good place. Who would have really thought this, considering the fact that they really was at each other's neck, or at least Meredith was at Jen's neck last season because of the stuff that she said about her son. So she was on her head. And you could just tell last season was Meredith's season where she was just getting tired. I'm getting tired of these bozos. Like I'm getting tired, okay? So the straw was very thin from this girl, okay? Now Lisa and Heather catching up is so funny to me, right? Because remember at the top of the season when the show first came on and how Miss Lisa tried to act like she didn't even know Heather, and her and Heather had a few back and forths. Remember that? But then, yeah, you kind of getting a little cool with her last year. Then now you coming to her asking her for advice because you now see yourself style. Girl, I just thought that was just so funny. It's like, girl, be careful how you betray people because you may have to see them on your way down. Period. Okay. So then Heather lets her know that she got to stand in her SHI because she came for that lady family. And I said, let's go, Heather. Let her know what it is, okay? She can get your advice all day, but make sure it's the real advice. And I appreciated Heather letting her know that, like, girl, what is the one thing that Meredith don't like? Okay, what is the one thing she cherished the most? Her family. Exactly. Girl, you came for her family. So you're going to have to stand in there. You're going to have to apologize. You're going to have to acknowledge. You're going to have to take some accountability. And that's one thing that Heather doesn't, not Heather, but that's one thing that Lisa does not typically like to do. Okay, so Whitney is deciding that she's gonna lead a Mormon church. Girl, she's talking about she's gonna write these folks a letter and tell them they got 5 days to get her name up off their scroll. I said, wow, wow. You're leading the church. And now let me tell you, I don't blame Miss Whitney. I don't, because I feel like hell, they don't really want her in there anyway. Every little thing she do, they be sitting up there critiquing it. So I'm like, yeah, go ahead and get the hell on, girl. Like, get shake a bone, get the hell on, like Miss Wanda, honey. Let's go ahead and move on. So Jen decided that she wants to host a party for her husband, okay? And she plans to invite all of the ladies. And this is what he tells her. He says, listen, I do not want this to be a platform where people feel like that's the time and the moment for them to come and address an issue with somebody else, okay? I want to have fun. And I was with Coach on that. I said, I know that's right, Coach. I know that's right. Don't bring your drama over here, girl. On my birthday, I'm trying to have fun. Forget all that. Now, they did speak on the trial, right? And Jen says that she was adamant she's not going to take a plea deal. She hasn't talked to the other people in the case. She don't know what they got going on, and she don't know why they took a plea deal, but she said she's not going to take one. Now, I do believe there was a story that came out this summer saying that Jen did accept a plea deal. And I just want to make sure that I'm not wrong on that, right? I could have sworn they said, okay, Vulture says Jen Shaw plea deal arrest. Okay, she pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and agreed to forfeit $6.5 million of the proceeds. Now, here's the thing: I don't know if she's still going to be charged at a later time to go to jail, but I feel like her attorneys could have worked the case good enough. Possibly, we gonna see. Possibly to where she may be able to escape jail time for real. That may be the only reason why she did accept a guilty plea if jail charges were taken off the table. So if jail charges were taken off the table, and she probably was like, okay, if I got to pay y'all 20 million back, I will pay y'all 20 million back, as long as I don't have to step foot in a prison and be away from my family. So that's what I'm wondering, if those type of details ended up being worked out for her. But y'all let me know if you may have more information than I do. Okay. So, Meredith is on Lisa's ass this year, and I'm loving it. I hate to say it, and you know how the season start may not be how it end. I may end up having some sympathy for Miss Lisa. I may feel like Meredith, okay, girl, you dragging it, you doing too much. But I do not mind Meredith waking up and being the beast that she is in this moment. Okay, now she done researched this lady's company, and I thought that was a Kiki and a cackle, and I was kind of like, that girl, you know, you ain't had to take it that far. Now you know you ain't have to go that far, but girl, do what you gotta do. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, so she decided to take it that far, research the company, said, girl, I done looked up SEC filings. Woo, girl. Looking up SEC filings, and I'm over here learning that, she had to rob Peter to pay Paul or this or that because, the business ain't really performing like it's performing. And the reason why I'm getting such a kiki out of it for me is because last season we saw where Lisa went on this rant when they went on this trip or whatever. I don't know if it was to Aspen. I can't remember where they went. They went on a trip, right? And I just thought it was so funny because Lisa talked about how she's the most perfect woman there out of all of them. Like, she's the perfect housewife there. She got this going for her, so she got that. She just went on this whole rant, right? That was around the time that she aired out Miss Meredith and said some things. So it's so funny that you've been trying to portray this perfect image, but meanwhile, we learning, girl, that your company is not as got it going on like you say you do, right? But anyway, girl, you live in a facade, but we gonna move on. So, Angie, it seems like Angie is going to allow Jen Shaw to host her party at Angie's house. And I'm wondering, is this the same Angie that was on there last season that Lisa kept telling to shut up and trying to not get her in the middle of her and Meredith's issue? I feel like this could have been the same Angie. And if this is the same Angie, I'm like, girl, why are you over there being fake with her? Y'all both over there being fake. And Lisa Thompson, this is a beautiful home. Da, 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 da. I'm like, girl, maybe they made up, okay? Or maybe that ain't the Angie that I think it is. Let's keep going. So I love the awkwardness between Seth and John. You know, it's really sad that it's awkward, but I love how they're still trying to push through and make that friendship work for them. Like, listen, whatever our wives are going through, let them go through it, okay? Let it not be nothing that got to do with us. So they really trying so hard, but I think the wives are gonna make it so much more complicated. And in all honesty, Seth, I think that you may have made it that much more complicated this particular episode, okay, by allowing Miss Lisa to come and have a conversation with you. But we'll get into that, okay? So the party for Coach actually looked really fun, okay? Coach started doing his party hopping or whatever. His family was out there. Everybody was dancing. Looked like him and Miss Jen was cutting the rug. And I said, dang, this party actually looked like it's really, really fun. Like, for real, for real. So they looked like they had a great time. I was super happy about that. When Lisa went over there to talk to the blondes, Miss Whitney and Heather, they asked her, like, have you talked to Lisa? I mean, have you talked to Meredith or whatever? I love that she said this is not the right time and place. I said thank you, because it's not. Let's not mess this up for Coach. Okay, y'all can have this conversation at another time, because Coach really don't bother nobody. He really don't. So let him just have this moment, please. Okay. So I was not tripping off of that, but I thought it was so funny that she said that outside, but then came inside and said something else. And I feel like this is a clear example of what Lisa does. Lisa says one thing and then she does the fucking opposite, or the periodically time. Okay. All the periodically time, girl. You do this all the time. Okay. Now, what else happened? So Lisa walks over to Meredith, girl, and give her a hug. And I said, bitch, what? No, she done gave this lady a hug. You know she don't with you like that, girl. Girl, even Meredith was over there like, girl, I really don't want to hug this, but I ain't trying to even create no issue, girl. Let me just get this lady her hug back, honey. All right, then, girl. Okay. And then she tells her, listen, I want to talk. When you have time, I want us to talk. I love you. I'm sorry. And I'm like, girl, she don't care nothing about that. Get up out that lady face. Get up out that lady face. So then she says, hi, Seth. Can I hug you? Can I hug you? So then I think he hugs her back. And then they start talking about the situation. He lets her know, listen, Meredith was very hurt by the things that were said. I mean, girl, you even said things about me that I don't appreciate that you said. What was it? Okay. So he definitely talked to her about that. And she tells him something like she didn't mean it. She don't know why she said it. She didn't mean it. He was like, yeah, but it just didn't make any sense. Then she tried to say, well, I mean, just imagine being on a trip and then when you're leaving, everybody's telling you that's not your friend, it's not your friend, it's not your friend. Like, so I just said it. Like, do you see what I'm saying? And he's like, no, the hell I don't. And I was with him like, girl, what that got to do with anything? Like, if that's your good friend, and somebody, like, nobody should be able to tell you SHI about your friend. If somebody is able to tell you something about your friend and you truly believe it right out the back, that makes me think that you may have been feeling that same way about them for a long time. You just haven't addressed it, or you've seen certain behavior in them that would make you think that they probably would be flawed towards you. You know what I'm saying? But you had already been feeling that way. Can't say you right or wrong, but you have. Okay. So for you to put that off on somebody else and not take accountability for the things that you said about this lady and on camera, stop it. And so that's what Seth did not like. Okay. So Meredith is feeling away. Meredith's not here for the bullshit. She over there talking to Jen. Jen's like, she's talking to Seth. And then Meredith said, I don't give a fuck what she doing. You know what I'm saying? But then she really did care. She didn't really care that what Lisa was doing, but she was mad that her husband would take the time out to have a conversation with a woman that slighted them in the way that she did. Like, no, I want him to tell her, like, this is not the time or the place. Keep it moving, keep it going. Like, let's not have this conversation here. But then he came over and told her, well, listen, the issue is that she's still not taking accountability for her. Okay, so that's where the problem at. And I said, Seth, I don't know if John gonna like this too well because y'all just said y'all not gonna get in the middle of what the wives got going on. But I felt like you kind of got in the middle, even though she came to you. You went back and told your wife that she wasn't really accepting accountability instead of just saying, "Hey, Lisa, all is well. Okay, let's go ahead and go on." But I feel like that's also a tough spot for him to be in because he also needed to let her know that I don't appreciate the things that you said about me, and I don't appreciate how what you said made my wife feel. So I feel like he kind of had a right to address that in a sense, but then also back out the conversation. Maybe it should have been a conversation between the husbands and the wives versus that man's wife and that woman's husband. You know what I'm saying? But y'all go ahead and leave your thoughts down below and your comments, all that great stuff on the latest episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Let me know what you think about the first episode and what you think the season is really going to give. Okay. That's all that I got. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.